Peace and greetings to those of you who are catching this as the recording. Do I have lipstick? The issues with having big lips sometimes. Get lipstick all on your teeth. Get lipstick all on your nose and down here. Peace and greetings, everyone. Thanks for joining. I just wanted to quickly jump on here before I shift into the other activities that I have for my day, and just share on this full moon that we have in the sign of Capricorn. So this full moon is doing so much for us. It's helping us to realize areas where we may be wasting our time, and it's telling us to stop wasting our time in these particular areas. It's telling us to trust the flow of our lives and to allow more of a flow to come in. But it is getting those things in our lives that we deem as important that really are not important out of our lives, so that we can reach success by getting an opportunity to focus on the things that are important. So I really want to encourage everyone to look at the things in your life that are absolutely important to have, that you want to experience, that you want to be a part of your legacy. And then I want you to begin to cut out those things in your life that take up your time, that derail you from reaching that success that you would reach otherwise. This full moon time tells us to tune into ourselves and tune into our emotions and learn how to properly nurture ourselves outside of our public persona. You know, oftentimes in this world, we think success is being busy and spending our time chasing the bag and things like that. But your internal world is what truly matters, because that is what is going to leave the greatest impact on the closest ones around you. If you felt good, if you were a good person internal. So this moon takes us from the external and puts a focus on to the internal aspects of ourselves. And it tells us, like, you know, stop living your life as if it is a numbers game and trying to chase clout, do this, that, and a third, just so you can have, you know, a certain look, you know, like kill that opportunistic person inside of yourself that tells you need to do this, that, and all of these other things, so that you can feel good. What is success if you don't feel good? What is success if you're not happy? What is success if you are in emotional turmoil? And that's what it tells us to look at, you know. Now, this moon tells us to stop wasting our time. It tells us to let go of control, and to also cut the things out of our lives that has control over us in some type of a fashion. Now, it's a very humbling moon. It tells us to humble ourselves in what we may see as being important, and recognizing, like, this stuff, it really isn't that important. It's not important at all. And I have given this so much power and control over my life, you know, and it really doesn't hold much weight, or it shouldn't. Now, of course, we're going to be hearing a lot of things in regards to celebrities, elites, people in higher places of authority, certain institutions or businesses, you know, coming to a fall, or, you know, just things happening in those areas, because we are in that cycle with Pluto being in the sign of Capricorn, which is America's own Pluto. It's experiencing a Pluto return where those structures and institutions are being brought down. So I also want you to take this time to pull away from some of those things, you know, those institutions, those certain rules and regulations and protocols, and say, well, how do I feel within my being? You know, how will I feel at the end of the day with me allowing this institution or way of life to control me? Does this even make sense to myself? You know, and also that inner person that wants to have control over you because it wants to be seen in a particular light. It's often the shadow self or the ego, or, you know, other part of the self, or your own internal demons that are trying to have control over you or make you, you know, aspire to different things in your life just because of how you may be seen to the public. And it's like, you know what? I'm not letting that have control. It doesn't feel good. It does nothing for me, you know. And this full moon helps us to recognize why we haven't reached success in certain areas of our lives, where we may lack when it comes to consistency, you know, and where we need to readdress that. Now, I want to talk. You want to leave? What are you talking about? Anyhow, I want to talk about how it's going to play out for all the signs of the zodiac, and then I'll get back on some mundane things in a general sense. But let's go on ahead and let's talk about for the signs just briefly. So for Capricorns, this particular moon is going to be helping you get over your own ego, get out of your way, recognize your fears in regards to success or failure. It's about you readdressing your style and how you are perceived in the world, letting go of your own needs for control of others and control in your life, and learning to be more fluid and honor the relationships that are around you. And when it comes to Aquarius, this moon is going to help you to eliminate certain fears that you have as well. Also, people who may be enemies or people who may be pretending to have your best interests at heart, they will be revealed so that they can go elsewhere. If you have any draining energy, you're feeling tired or overwhelmed in one way or another, this particular moon is going to help you to stop wasting your time in certain areas that cause you to feel drained, tired, and or fatigued and things of the sort. Some Aquarians, you all can feel like sick or ill, and this is a time where you'll be able to eliminate that. Also, it's allowing you to recognize certain bad habits that you have in regards to your business so that you can shift things in that area. When it comes to Pisces, this is a full moon that could really bring you around certain friends, really have you connecting and vibing with friends and people who are important to you. This could bring up a time for you where you want to get off of social media, where you want to disconnect from certain friends and from the rest of the world. And this is a time for Pisces to really be thinking about their future, looking at their future and seeing what they're doing now and how it will affect their future, you know, and applying a level of discipline on themselves in necessary and healthy ways so that they can have a better outcome for their future. So now when it comes to Aries, this full moon could affect your position at work or your business and people that you work with and authority figures in general. This could be a time where you are also looking at the success that you have reached in your life and celebrating the success that you have reached in your life, but also recognizing how you would otherwise have more success if you had better time management skills and things of the sort, and more longevity and self-discipline too. Now, there could be a stepping down from a supervisor and a promotion, or you could be stepping down from certain things in the work environment and space, or leaving behind behind your own business or something like that too. Now, when it comes to Taurus, okay, so you're saying that you're in Aries and you're having issues with your job. Yeah, that makes sense. When it comes to Taurus, this full moon could affect your belief systems. You could end up learning to not believe in the system, the matrix. Like, you know what, this is a bunch of crock of nonsense and we're being manipulated and this, that, and the third. Many of you could be leaving behind certain educational institutions that you may have ascribed to in one way or another. You could be letting go of a mentor, someone who may have been educating you and helping you to you know, rise up in some fashion. This is a time where you're being called to look at things that you may have had some type of that may have given you inspiration, and seeing how you're just no longer inspired in that particular area. You know, This could also be a time of traveling or ending some form of travel that you may have been on. And this is a time for you to stop allowing certain responsibilities that you have to overwhelm you. Now, when it comes to, thank you all for your confirmations. When it comes to Gemini, this moon is going to affect your own power dynamics and where you may have manipulators in your life or where you may be manipulative, okay? This is going to be a time where you kind of like ease up on certain investments that you've made and just kind of allow things to be as they are and allow things to just unfold. This is going to be a time where you're kind of letting go of a heavy energy that you may have experienced. And it's like, you know what? I am coming into a time of enjoyment and pleasures and things of the sort because I've done a lot of mental detoxing and healing work on myself. And I'm not giving my time to anything that tries to have power or dominance or control over me, and I'm no longer going to be manipulated in this area or controlled by my sexuality or anything like that. This could be a time where you really want to focus on your financial needs rather than just certain wants or certain power struggles and control issues and things of the sort. And this is a time where your value systems and what you really value and what those values really feel like and what they mean to you are taking more dominance in your life. Now, when it comes to Cancer, this full moon could affect your relationships. This could be a time of letting go of a certain relationship or relationship issues, any power struggles and control issues that you may have in a relationship. This is a time for those to come to an end and for you both to improve the ways that you all are relating to one another and taking accountability. There's a lot going on in regards to accountability with this moon. And it's like saying, okay, you've done the work, now take accountability for the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes from this work that you have done. Now, Cancers, there could be a court matter that comes to a close within the next couple of weeks as well, and certain even business partnerships that can be affected. And it could be something simple like a business partner may be going on vacation, or your partner is just outside of the home for a moment, they're doing other things, or a partner is dealing with a heavy situation that they need assistance with processing or something like that. Now, when it comes to, it could feel like a relationship is being sabotaged too, or there's jealousy happening within a relationship, power dynamics. When it comes to Leo, your work can be affected at this particular time as well. You could be leaving behind a job, or you could be going on a vacation. Like, oh, okay, I'm not doing this work anymore. I need some rest and relaxation. Leos, y'all can be going through a lot right now. Certain fears could be brewing up. You could be feeling a certain type of a way, feeling like you need it to go on a hiatus. Some of you may be feeling sick, drained, and tired, and fearful and confused. Anxiety can be rising, and all of that type of stuff. And you just need a bit of a break from work, and you need to go and relax or something, take a nice relaxing bath, and tune into your inner spiritual and emotional world and things like that. That would be really good for you to do at this particular time. And Leos, this is a time for you to look and reconfigure what you're doing health wise and making sure that you're taking care of your health and things of the sort. So when it comes to Virgo, this full moon can be affecting your love life, certain like dates that you go on. You could be cutting certain people out of your romantic sector at this particular time. This could be a time where you are getting an opportunity to express your leadership skills and capabilities, and really showing how you are able to handle things like when it comes to certain responsibilities. This is also a time where you may not want to take the fall for something that people may be saying that you are responsible for. And you could kind of let some people down in that particular area when it comes to your leadership. And you got to kind of loosen the grip on certain things, especially for Virgos that may have children. This is a time to loosen the grip in regards to your children and things of the sort. when it comes to in Virgo, some of you may be intimate. This is a time to kind of reconsider what you're doing in that particular area. If you haven't been intimate, this is a time where you may want to experience intimacy again. Now, when it comes to Libras, this is going to affect your home life and environment and those people who are personal to you, your family. There could be issues or separations. Family could be going elsewhere or something like that. Or you could be having to work outside of your home or something of the sort, or work is taking up so much time that you can't really spend time with family, or you have to bring your work home. You could be processing heavier emotions at this particular time and learning how to let certain things go, and learning you don't have all the control in certain areas of your life, and letting go of those family members who may be manipulative, opportunistic, or users in one way or another, and recognizing, I'm not really responsible for all of you, so now when it comes to Scorpio, this full moon could be affecting your thinking, your thought processes. Is telling you to take more time when it comes to you sharing your information, but it's telling you that you don't have to hold everything in or hold everything back from people. You can actually communicate anything that may be difficult to communicate, as long as you're taking your time and you're understanding where the source of your information or this conversation that you want to have is even coming from in the first place. There could be issues in regards to your close relative where you want to kind of take a bit of a break and things of the sort. This is good for Scorpios to go on a bit of a talking fast as they reconfigure their mind and do some thought management for themselves and things like that. There could be some car issues for Scorpios as well at this particular time. And you want to be mindful of business conversations that could have opportunistic or manipulative aspirations. Okay. Now, when it comes to Sagittarius, this full moon is going to be affecting your finances, and it's also, you could have changes. You could be called to be a lot more responsible when it comes to your money. This is a time to practice frugality, but if you've been waiting for some time to spend a lot of money, this could be that time where that big money on a big responsibility has to be taken care of. This also could be a time for you where you are going on some type of a dietary journey, shift or change when it comes to that particular area of your life. Also, this is a time for you to really ask yourself what you value and if you're wasting your time when it comes to certain values that you may have. And this is a time where it's like, if I value this, what is my responsibility to these things that I value? I claim that I value this, that, and a third, but how am I actually showing up? People in your life may be saying, yeah, you say you care about me, but your actions don't really align with that because you're not responsible in these areas. But it's also time for you to recognize what you are responsible for in regards to your value systems and your money, and how to handle those things too. It's a lot going on for Sagittarius this year in general, a lot of shedding and letting go. Now, when it comes to this full moon in Capricorn, it's about letting go of any facade that you may have and getting in tune with your inner world, your inner self, and how you really feel about things outside of the narrative of what society may tell you how to feel about things. This is a time where it's encouraging you to sit with your emotions, reflect with them, know that they are the waves of life that direct your life to go in the best possible direction for your evolution. This is about us activating the divine feminine energy inside of ourselves so that we can continue to grow and blossom. This is that time where it's like, okay, you've sown your seeds. Now it's just time to water them and nurture yourself in the process and allow things to be. It's about putting down your sails and putting down the rows that you utilize to row the boat. I don't know what they're called, the paddles, and putting them down and just allowing the boat to float, because all the hard work has been done, and you're so beautiful, and you're so worthy, and you're so necessary, and you are so loved. And this is the time to celebrate all that hard work that you have put in, and there's no more that you can do. Now it's time to sit back and eat your fruit and share it with your loved ones, and rejoice that the hard work has been done. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to embrace your emotions and learn to dance with them, honor them, celebrate them. They are what allow you to experience human existence. So nevertheless, family, if you want to dive in deeper to how this full moon may be affecting yourself, you can always reach out to me at my website, astrologicschool.com. You are able to send me an email from there or actually book a reading right from my website as well. Or feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. You could DM me. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You know, everything is Kateria knows. Yeah, I would love to connect with you all. I spoke for Aquarius and I spoke for all of the signs of the zodiac. I would encourage you all to watch the playback. Now, for those of you who may be watching this on YouTube, I may have not addressed everything in regards to the full moon. So check my description box where I'll have more things written up there. You can check me out also on Instagram or Facebook to get more insight. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Know that you are successful just by having peace in your soul.